If you've ever felt stuck, just unfulfilled, dissatisfied, a nagging discontent, and not known how to get unstuck, not known how to find satisfaction, to get fulfillment, to change things, knowing that you want to change but not knowing how to get that change, then this video is for you. I have two really easy techniques, two really easy tricks that can help shift your mindset and bring you out of this stuck state. Now, these techniques require you to accept two basic principles, which I'll tell you in a second, and I'm going to give you homework so you can actually put it to work, and then let me know how it works. Practice it for a week and let me know how you feel after that. So the two principles that you need to accept is that all conflict arises as a result of an unmet need. So whether it's internal conflict, external conflict, you are experiencing that conflict because a need of yours is not being met. So we have to accept that, and we have to accept that what we put our attention on, what we focus on, we will experience more of. Now some people might be like, oh, that's some woo-woo shit, I can't deal with that. But I mean, think of it on the negative side. Like when you're fixated on something that you don't like your annoying boss, or the kids bugging out, or something your partner's doing, or the traffic, what do you see more and more of? You see more and more of that negativity that you're not liking, but you're seeing more of it because that's your focus. And the same works on the positive side. So if we focus on something positive, we will see more and more of that positivity. So the two things that we need to embrace are all conflict arises as a result of an unmet need, and what we put our attention on is what we experience. So now, how do we get unstuck? So if we're feeling stuck, we're feeling frustrated, that's an internal conflict. So why are we experiencing this internal conflict? An unmet need. Ding, 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 ding. Now, I have experienced this just recently. I go through, peaks and troughs like everybody. And I was feeling this nagging discontent, this intense frustration, just a huge gap between where I was in that moment and where I wanted to be. And that would frustrate me so much. And what I realized is I need to accept that feeling, embrace that feeling, and recognize that that discontent, that palpable frustration, was an indicator that I needed to make some changes, that there was a need that was unmet, and that there was a gap. And that if I didn't have this frustration, then I wouldn't have had the light shined on that frustration. So actually, step one is embracing that feeling, embracing that frustration, and being thankful for it, because without it, we wouldn't know that it's time to evolve. And it's actually an opportunity for us to grow. So every time we have that nagging discontent, every time we have that internal conflict of just complete frustration, be grateful, because we're getting an opportunity to recognize that we have a need that's not being met. And the next step, obviously, is getting that need met. But first we have to figure out what that need is. And that is often where it's tricky. I struggled with this. So this is what I've developed. I haven't developed it, but I've been applying it. So this is what I've come up with, is to just be in a state of inquiry. And that sounds like a little woozy. Yeah. But really just ask the question, what am I needing that I'm not receiving? And what will my life look like when this need is met? And just sit with that. I mean, ask yourself that every night and every morning, before you go to bed, in the morning while you're doing your morning routine, or while you're driving. Build this into your routine and wait for answers. But also be prepared that these answers aren't going to come like, it might, brilliant if it does, but I don't imagine it's going to be like this voice of God, like, you are needing more money, like that would be awesome, but probably it'll be a little bit more subtle. But putting yourself in the position to ask these questions is putting the focus on it. So you're putting your focus on what you want to receive, right? What you want to experience. You want to experience the answers to these questions, and you want them to arise from your subconscious. You don't necessarily want it to be your conscious mind, because your conscious mind doesn't know. If your conscious mind knew, you would fix it already. You wouldn't be frustrated, right? You would be satisfied. You would fix it. But you can't, because you don't know what it is. So you have to ask yourself, and you have to wait for those answers to arise. So Yeah, basic steps, the process are super simple. It sounds so simple. Why aren't we all doing this? Accept that all conflict arises as the result of an unmet need. Accept that what you focus on is what you're going to see more of. And then ask yourself, first, be grateful for this frustration. Embrace those feelings of frustration and discontent, because realize that they are just giving you an opportunity to grow. Be in a state of inquiry. Allow yourself to be in a state of inquiry, and embed it into your routine. Before you go to bed in the morning, ask yourself, what am I needing that I'm not receiving? And what will my life look like when this need is met? And just allow yourself to receive that answer. And I mean, I'm not saying it's not like, woozy space science is going to come into you. Like, it's you. You're going to answer the question for yourself. But you're giving yourself permission to answer the question. And you're putting your focus on the question. Whereas your focus previously was probably on the external world. And right now you're putting your focus within. So that is a simple strategy to help get you unstuck. Try it out. If you've got something in your life that's just keeping you stuck and you want to move through it, try this strategy and let me know how it goes. Best of luck.